bass are shallow because of the moss on it. They'll push it up close to the shore. I need something with the Pit Boss. Come on, give me something with the Pit Boss, bro. That's tough. He's fishing at topwater. I'm fishing Finesse. It drives me crazy because all I want to do is tie on a paddle frog and just rip through this pond. Killing me, man, killing me. Especially since I haven't gotten a bite yet. He got one. Patience, 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 and more patience. A hog, bro, a hog. Look at that. Pit Boss, Finesse. I don't know, I'm gonna have to weigh it. It has to be close to 3. Look at that thing. Getting it done this morning. Pit Boss. Finesse fishing all day long. Yes, sir. All day long. Man, it's been killing me not to throw a topwater out there. I'm like, patience, patience. Just let it work. Let it work. Boom. Just under 3 pounds. Finesse fishing. Boom. Getting it done, son. That's how you do it. Look at that. Boom. This may be my new favorite Finesse. I mean, it's Pit Boss. It's a lot more heavier. It really, pretty much weedless. It's just stuck in a tree. There's a ton of grass up in here. I mean, a lot of grass. And so far, it's been working through that grass really good. Right on the shore. Like I said, this pond isn't that deep. These basket pretty close up into the, especially with this crap on top of it. All right, patience, man. You gotta have patience. Finesse fishing. Like I said, it was killing me. The sun's out here. Got my 4 or 5 hits on the top water. Got to one. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just killing me. Killing me not to go out there and fish the top water. But finesse, finesse, finesse. Boom, getting it done, son. Boom. Pit Boss. Pit Boss. Finesse fishing. Summertime. Berkley. That's how you get it done, son. Right on the shore. Boom. Boom. Fishing grass in especially something like this, a weightless Pit Boss. Hits that grass and kind of gets stuck. Don't try to rip it through, just let it drop and then just tap it back out. Wait, let it drop, wait a second, then just tap it back out, come right back out. Because you don't have weight, a lot of times it'll just sit right on top of that grass. Just pop, 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 and a bass will come up, boom. I've been working probably, I'll show you, probably 45 minutes. This is how far I walked. You can see my bag. 45 minutes. Not very fast. It's time to get down to business. All right, I need to catch something here. This is getting ridiculous. Well, really don't know because I'm really not getting much. I got one hit so far with the Pit Boss. I don't know. You know, finesse is all about, sometimes it can get really, really frustrating when you're not getting hits. You really want to work the pond quicker. Try different lures. Gotta stick with it. Keep on telling myself, this is it, this is it. If you want to go try the upper pond, we can try the upper pond. There we go, first cast. Oh my gosh, I just lost it. Gotta be kidding me. Jeez Louise, first cast. As soon as it hit the water. I'm not missing that one. Pit Boss, baby. Getting it done. Setting the hook, bro. Wasn't gonna miss that twice. Huh?
I just need to,
bro, getting it done. Dude, we're getting a hook.
Give me the hook.
Dude, what are you doing?
I think.
All right. We want to take that. Go to Whopper Plopper, get it done right here. There we go, number 2. Number 2. Upper pond, son. Yes, sir. Getting it done. That's how you do it. Number 2. Just come back up here to the upper pond. Say, all right, I got you covered. He wants to take my rod, I got you. He wants to play that game, that's okay. Dude, why are you taking my spot, bro? Nothing outperforms a pit boss. Now, because I caught it on your rod and reel, does it count as yours? Nah, I knew it. You seriously got one? We should, who can get to 10 the quickest? Who can get to 10 the quickest? You got another one? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm missing them and you're getting them. That's 2? Do they actually come on the shore?
I have them right here.
All right, so that's 2-1. I'm at a disadvantage because that's a heck of a lot faster. Number 3. All right, I gotta catch them like pretty much in every cast. Pit boss. Work the pit boss a little bit faster. You get another one? You get it? Bro.
Hey boy, let's go.
How many is that? 5. Won't let me switch bait. They're definitely not liking the pit boss. You good? Got stuck. Okay. Well, we have to go to the emergency room. We have to go.
I don't want to get a shot for Texas.
We have to go to the emergency room. You okay? Let me see. Is it in there pretty deep? It's the barb that is the barb. Okay, let's go to the emergency room. We gotta go. We gotta go to the emergency room. Unreal. You okay? All right, guys. So I wanted to give you an update on what happened. I didn't want to leave the video just like that. So obviously, me and my son were fishing. He hooked into a small little dink, and you know, I was on one side, Ponty was on the other side, and you know, the hook got caught up in his finger, and the barb actually went in. And you know, thank God he was okay. You know, he is okay. You know, we rushed to the emergency room about 20 minutes away. That was probably the scariest part of it all. You know, when he first, you know, I didn't really know what happened. When I ran over there, I'm like, oh my gosh. And first thing I thought about was how deep was it? And like I said, it did go in, the barb went in. There was no way of pulling it out. I shouldn't say there was no way. Obviously, you know, he's a kid. There's no way I was gonna pull it out with a pair of pliers. You know, you gotta press down the way it went in. Kind of went in this way. You know, you gotta press down and then pop it back out. And you know, obviously you don't want to do any damage or do any permanent damage or ruin any nerves or anything like that. So my first thought was I cut the line and let's go to the emergency room. And it really, the scariest part about it was just getting to the emergency room. You know, we were pretty far away from emergency. We were about 20 minutes away, 25 minutes away. And that was probably the most scariest part. And I guess it wasn't. I knew he was fine. I knew he was going to be okay. I know it didn't go all the way through. You know, I just kind of figured, you know, for his sake, he's never gone through something like that. He's never gone to the ER before. So, you know, I was more worried about him. He started to sweat, and you know, I said, you got to calm down, drink some water. And once we got to the emergency room and we got all settled in and we went in, thankfully there wasn't a whole lot of people in the emergency room. I didn't want to videotape or anything like that. I don't think that was necessary or something that I would want to put out there for you know, I was never want to do that to my son and put him out there. But you know, luckily we got in, you know, so they ended up just numbing it. They put a couple shots into his finger and they waited, you know, about, I don't know, 5 minutes. They numbed up his finger pretty good. And, you know, I wasn't able to really, you know, the doctor was in there and kind of popped it out. Probably only took about 30 seconds. I think they just cut open a little bit around each side and just popped it out. But I didn't want to end the video just, you know, rushing to the ER. We got to go to the ER. Thankfully, he's okay. No permanent damage. You know, he had a Band-Aid on it. You know, we came home, antibiotics, that type of stuff. And he's good to go and actually went out fishing today. So, I don't know, 5-6 days later, he was able to go out fishing. You know, he actually swung a golf club. So he's all good. You know, and the only thing I like to say, I guess I'll end it at this. You know, I think it happens more time than not. I didn't necessarily see what happened, but the way kind of he explained it, and you know, it happens all the time. You know, I personally wear gloves, and part of the reason why I wear gloves, I think even if you wore gloves, I think it still would have happened. Just to how you grip the fish. I try to grip it on the top, and I try to hold it, especially with the treble hooks. You know, he was using that whopper plopper, had the 2 treble hooks on it. You know, sometimes it's just easier to hold it, and then, you know, right hand or left hand, use your pair of pliers and pop it out. And, you know, again, if you want to lip it, you can lip it, where you don't have to worry about hooks. I just think it was just the way it was hooked into its mouth. I think both treble hooks were hooked. The top one was hooked in his mouth, and the other one was hooked into the side of it. And when he went to go pop out the side hook, he had a grip on it, from what I could tell or what I could understand. And then that fish just started going crazy, and a hook just came up and went in. So freak accident. It does happen. I think it happens more than I think we would like to admit or even think about it. So just be careful. You know, anytime I'm taking out hooks, I really try to be careful. You know, you don't put your hand in there. Don't put your fingers in there if there's a treble hook. You know, a single hook, a worm hook, or extra wide gap hook. You know, you could thumb it and get the pliers in there and pop it out. But you know, you were talking about treble hooks, especially if it has more than one, which the whopper plopper had too. Just be careful. Really just try, you know, again, sometimes it just happens. The fish will just react and start moving around. Those hooks are flying all over the place. And that's what just happened. Just got in there. He said just barely went in, and that fish just jumped. And he says if the fish never would have moved, it would have just poked out. He would have popped it out. The barb didn't go through, but that fish just shook, and it went deeper in, and the barb went in. But thankfully he's okay. You know, I thank God he's okay. There's no permanent damage or anything like that. And again, if that ever happens, you know, again, the best thing to do is, you know, emergency room. You know, did I think about pulling it out? You know, I thought about it. I actually even tugged a little bit on that hook to see how deep it was. I knew it wasn't really deep in there. But again, you don't want to do any permanent damage. You don't want to rip. You don't want to put a big gouge in your finger where you have to get stitches. He didn't have to get stitches. Again, just once they popped it out, put a Band-Aid on, and you know, he was good to go. So, but again, you know, be safe out there, and catch you next time. And don't forget to do all those great things. Don't forget to like. Don't forget the notification. Don't forget the membership. A lot of great things are coming out for the membership. Go check it out. I'll be dropping a community membership form or chat. You know, we're going to be doing a lot of great things over the next 30 days with the memberships. So go check out the membership. It is really not that expensive at all. It's only $1.99 a month, and there'll be a ton of perks coming out, like I said, dropping within the next 30 days. So go check that out. And again, I appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you next time on Getting It Done Fishing. Out.